welcome back to Winter Farms. It's a Thursday night and we got a grain drill to get ready. So let's get started.
So right now, getting the grain drill ready, the part I'm working on right now is making sure all these openers are tight and will stay on the grain drill, and then making sure they're all greased. Because when we were putting it away last fall into the barn, I was backing it up. I had, I think, 5 of them fall off. So these are held on. Newer styles have like a nut that runs through these to hold them on. This one's old. It has a captive little bolt right here that's got a hex shaft. Hang on. That has a 7/16 hex shaft down the center of it. So you take this little, there's a little cover nut that goes in here. You take that off, take your 7/16 Allen key, run that in there, and then you can turn it on or off, and they're left or right-handed thread depending on which side of the opener they're on.
The more you know. Because that's the way it was done on our wonderful 1950-something International M 10-foot grain drill, which for a long time we mistakenly thought was on 7.5-inch row spacings.
Oh yeah.
So we bought all of our materials based on 7.5-inch row spacings, and then we're in here starting to work on it. And I got to counting the rows when I was taking our seed tubes off, and this is actually a 6-inch spacing drill, and there's 20 of these instead of 16. So we're going to be short a couple of parts here, but that's okay. We'll get her done.
Only temporarily.
Only temporarily. Because this drill uses, originally, these really nice, beautifully engineered one-piece flexible metal hoses. Unfortunately, they are like 60-something years old, so a few of them look like this. And that's not going to deliver seed very well because, well, it's all smashed up and it doesn't actually flow through into the seed openers. So to get around this, we bought some nice new flexible rubber hose here. And we had to do a bit of modern engineering to solve an old problem and make ourselves some of these seed chute adapters. Because this piece, this metal cup, is bigger than the hose we bought. But the hose we bought is just the right size to get in between the openers. So with a little bit of CAD and a 3D printer, we got her figured out here. So I'm going to go ahead and take all these apart and get all these seed cups separated and get some hose cut. It's not going to be too difficult to get these seed chutes off. They're just held on by these little clips here. And then they make life even easier with the seed hose. I'm going to take our demo model here, the one we've already got separated, and I'm going to cut all the hose this length. So they should be all exactly the same to match back up with what we got going on down here. Hopefully. We'll see how that's going to work. Good thoughts, right, Matt?
Yes.
All right. All right, so I got our first one sort of half finished up here and mocked up. So we got the original metal seed cup here. We've got our 3D printed piece here. And we got our new seed hose here. Climb under here to look at this. Our seed hose comes right down here. And of course there'll be another opener right here. But it's going to come down, it's going to drop our lovely seed right here in the trench. And then that should do. And then when we hit the levers to raise this up, this hose should flex as the row units come up and lock in place. Ideally. We'll see if that works. All right, we're now about an hour and change into our project here. How's it coming down there, Matt?
I got half of the dust caps off so I can get to the thing so I can start tightening them. And I'm currently working on putting on the second of 5 openers that we knocked off last fall, or that I knocked off last fall. So
Yeah.
I'm about halfway through taking the caps off because I just ran into the discs that are sitting on the floor.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we had to drop this side down so it's easier to put our mock-up in. But I've been working on getting our seed tube separated here, so I got a whole nice big pile of our metal seed cups. And I only got couple more rows down there to finish taking apart. We've got just a little bit, just a couple of them in our scrap bin here. But so far, most of them have been okay. We're going to keep them as spares just in case, because this is good technology. I'd like to replace it eventually with these, but I'm not 100% sure if they still make these anymore. If you can even find them to get them in decent shape. So if anybody out there has any of these laying around or knows where to get them, put that in the comment section down below. That'd help us out a ton. Because we're not entirely convinced this is going to work out the way we thought it was. But you could be surprised. Right?
Of course.
Yeah.
You can always get surprised.
This is going to be a trial and error thing here, I think. I think it's going to be more error than anything else.
I wonder if there's a torque spec for these.
I can almost guarantee there is, but I know what our torque spec is going to be. Good and tight. All right. So I got all of our seed tubes taken apart here. Got all the usable ones put up on the storage shelf. Matt's finishing up putting the second to last of the knocked off seed disc back on. I think the next project I'm going to work on here, I'm going to get these moved out of the way. I'm going to open up our seed lids here, loosen up that wing nut. I've got this side loosened up already, and we're going to lube our sliders in here for opening and closing, because they are very, very stiff, and we need those to move so that we can speed up or slow down how much fat or how much seed comes out. So we're going to get to work on that shortly here. How's it coming down there?
It's coming.
It's coming. It sounds like you're struggling with it just a little bit.
I'm like a quarter of the way through. Yes, this is the right way to turn this thing. I'm a quarter of the way through the disc tightening stuff. So we're making progress.
Progress in the right direction.
Correct. That's too tight.
Starting to look like a grain drill again, so we're moving in the right direction.
Maybe.
All right. Got the seed doors opened up here. Got my handy bottle of dry lubricant. We're just going to go ahead and get down in here. On all of our little seed meters, we're just going to give these a little quick shot to help these guys slide back and forth in here. Just right down the line. We'll get it to about there, and then we'll check this. So this is the adjustment handle right here. This is what sets how open or closed this is. And before, it was very, very stiff moving. But a little bit of spray, that seems to move pretty good now. So I'm going to call that a great success. It does sound a lot better. That moves much nicer now. So we should be able to actually get that set. And then I will loosen that side up and get to work on that side. Just getting her all set up here. I'm going to start greasing up these row units.
Yeah, it's escaping. It's full. And the nice thing is the grease zerks are up here, so you don't have to get down on the caps when you're supposed to be greasing this probably daily when you're using it.
That is what the service manual says.
Oh, I can see it moving.
Seems to be taking about 6 pumps.
Maybe 8. Probably depends on which one it is. That one was less.
That one had more grease in it. So you can see right here on the back of the row units, these are the grease zerks that Matt's greasing up. And these will be grease channels that run down to those bearings on the seed discs down there.
Point on the screen to where it is in the video. Does that owner's manual, do you remember, specify how many pumps you're supposed to put in these daily?
It does not.
Okay.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. I haven't looked. It might. But there are several things in the service manual that this drill is so old that it recommends having an oiler and then oiling things every so many hours of use. We're not going to do that because this is the modern era and we have spray-on dry lubricant and chain and cable lube.
So I'm thinking it might not be a bad idea because right now all the grease is escaping out the holes. When I put the plugs back in, to go back and put 2 more shots into each one of these so it pushes it out into the bearings.
That's probably a good plan.
But this way I at least know that they're full.
Yes. And that the grease zerks are actually working. It's taking grease.
Yes. It's welded on this side as well, right? Okay.
Okay, after a hard-fought battle, we won. We got the hitch replaced. Or not replaced, we got that piece removed from that piece so that we can use the hitch in the standard fashion again. Hey, that's
a little
probably
warm.
hot. That's probably hot. I wouldn't touch that. But we won. A little bit of red spray paint, it'll be like nothing happened. So, progress is being made. All right, it's 9 o'clock at night. We got some work done. Pretty much all the seat openers are good to go. Just a few other grease things and some wheel bearings to work out, and then we're all good to go for that. But it's 9 o'clock at night. We're calling it a night. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, make sure to like. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It helps us out a ton. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.